Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, welcome to Petty Details.
Hello.
My name is Meg. Please subscribe.
Wherever that subscribe button happens to land.
Oh,
We have co-hosts Monica and Cam, as always.
What's up?
That's
hello.
right. And today I have one that will be sort of close to Cam's heart.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you like your phone, right?
It's all right, yeah.
You use it for
I could go for an
everything.
upgrade.
Yeah,
Right.
but you use it for everything like a little computer.
hmm
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna watch YouTube on my laptop. I'm not opening my laptop to do that. I'm gonna open my
Right.
No.
YouTube app on my phone
If
and
it's
watch petty
not,
details.
yeah, if it's not work or
Absolutely.
this,
Right.
I don't
Right.
touch my
It's
computer.
all
Well,
it's all on the phone. Absolutely.
I play video games on my computer, so I mean I
Okay.
do that. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now, do you know the name Lynn Conway?
I do
No.
not.
Okay. Well, you will now. Because she is the incredibly smart person who
Oh,
pioneered the design of the microelectronics chip.
Okay.
oh my gosh.
Which is
Okay.
Yeah.
the basis of the smartphone.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Lynn was born in Mount Vernon, New York in January 1938.
hmm
She went to MIT and Columbia for electrical engineering.
Dang.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah. I
Smarticle
don't
particle.
know a
Right.
whole bunch about her like childhood past. There
Okay.
isn't a whole lot
Right.
out there.
hmm
But in the 1960s, she went to work for IBM.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. IBM was one of the, well, it still is, I think, but it was one of the bigger computer
hmm
companies,
Yeah.
Cam.
Absolutely.
hmm
Okay. So I'm going to give you the short version of this story,
Okay.
because honestly, there are a lot of big words that I just can't say. So,
Okay. Fair.
and
Okay.
yeah, and there are concepts that I only understand a micron of. See what I did there?
There
I
you
like
go.
it.
There you
Um,
go.
and there's like a lot of history in between, but I'm just going to give you the highlights.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Lynn's working for IBM, and in the mid 60s, comes up with a method for issuing multiple out of order instructions per machine cycle in supercomputers,
Okay.
Okay.
which is called dynamic instruction scheduling.
Yes.
Okay.
I took a
Um,
class on this.
I knew you would know
Let's
it. I knew
go.
you would know it. Okay. So this is about 1965.
Mhm.
By 1968, IBM has fired Lynn.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Well, they will come to regret that
I
decision.
was gonna say big loss.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Huge
Right.
loss.
So Lynn doesn't let that stop the genius and
That's
goes
Obviously.
good.
on to work for Memorex in 1971 as a computer architect.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Memorex was the commercials where they would sit in the chair and have the sound blow their hair back. That was
hmm
Memorex, right?
I think so. I think that
Okay.
was Memorex.
Okay. Well,
I
they
have
did
no
computer
idea.
stuff too. So anyway. All right. So Lynn stays there for a couple of years, then gets stolen or recruited to
Stolen.
the
Let's
Poached.
go.
right
Right.
to the Xerox research facility
Xerox. Okay.
that was
That's
starting.
insane.
Yeah, that was starting to form in 1973 in Palo Alto, California.
Wow.
hmm
Well, Xerox isn't dumb, and they
Obviously.
realized what they had in Lynn.
I was gonna say clearly they understood.
Yeah.
Right.
They
The
Okay.
understood the value.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into some of the accomplishments.
Okay.
Okay.
Lynn and a Caltech professor named Carver Mead made the textbook Introduction to VLS1 Systems.
Okay.
Okay.
So VLS1 is a very large scale integration. So it's, I guess, VLSI. Um, and is
Oh.
basically the process of arranging increasingly smaller and more plentiful transistors on an integrated circuit.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm glad somebody knows how to do that.
Yes. It's
Right,
not
right,
me. It's not me.
right.
Definitely not me.
No. But universities all over the world will adopt this textbook.
Okay.
Awesome.
This book will take her to MIT to teach the first prototype of
Oh
the
wow.
VLSI system, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
Um,
go.
but what all this work Lynn does leads to the Department of Defense starting a program to sponsor research based on her work.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
So, a lot of silicone chip designs will be based on her work.
Uh-huh.
Many
Hmm.
computing methods have a foundation in her ideas, and companies end up trying to commercialize her work.
Wow.
Okay.
Um, she will go on to become a professor, an associate dean of engineering at the University of Michigan
Oh wow.
from about
Mm.
1985 to 1998.
Wow.
Yeah. Lynn gets married to Charlie in 1987. They have two children.
Very
Nice,
nice.
nice.
But I really liked Lynn because her philosophy like transcends computers, computing, electronics.
Yeah.
Right.
She said, quote, "Why not question everything?"
100%.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah.
But that simple philosophy led her to some amazing achievements,
I'm
Hmm.
obviously.
glad not only that she had that philosophy, but that she listened to it herself too.
Yeah,
You know, like
Right.
a
right.
lot of
Right.
people will say a lot of things, but it's like they don't necessarily apply it to their own lives.
Yeah,
I love that
Hmm.
she did.
yeah.
Yep.
However, getting fired from IBM also means that Lynn gets screwed for years and it
Mm,
not truly recognized as she should have been for her achievements.
yeah.
Right.
So there is now something called the Conway effect, which
Okay.
is
Yes. Awesome.
basically
Okay.
being sidelined in history because you weren't expected to innovate.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah,
There's
but
these.
innovate Lynn did. So,
Yeah.
right. Right.
She
um,
most definitely did.
yeah. So
Nevertheless, she
finally,
persisted.
that's right.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't have to. It's
Yeah.
It's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
You're like, it's fine. You sit down and watch.
That's
Just
right.
watch.
Right, right, right.
So finally, her work will get recognized, though, and she will be elected as a member of the National Academy of Engineering.
Okay.
She
Amazing.
will hold 5 U.S. patents,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dang.
and she has so many awards that it would literally take me hours to list them all.
Dang. Okay.
Okay, so
Another exceptional resume of just
yes,
Yes.
amazing stuff. That's
yes.
awesome.
So I'm just going to give you like a couple of them.
Right.
A few are the many honorary doctorates.
Mm,
The Computer Pioneer Award.
Okay.
She will be inducted into the Electronic Hall of Fame and the Inventors Hall of Fame.
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah. And it takes until 2020
Okay.
for IBM to quit being assholes and not only apologize for firing her, but award her the IBM Lifetime Achievement Award.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
hate that it took them that long,
Right. No,
but
for real.
Yeah.
it doesn't make up for it, but
No.
Right,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So forget IBM because Lynn went on to show them that she didn't need their company.
Yeah, clearly.
She
100%.
wasn't going to let their dumbassery stop her innovation.
No.
Like
Good for
she
her.
she did her own thing. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Lynn died in June of 2024 at the age of 86 years old.
Wow.
Oh,
Long life
wow.
too.
What a,
Yeah,
yeah, what a beautiful life. That's
right.
amazing.
And like I said, there were so many awards and stuff. I like
Right.
lists and lists. So,
Yeah.
um, but I want to read a quote about her that sums all of this up.
Okay.
Hmm.
Lynn was, quote, the hidden hand in the 1970s chip design movement that made today's consumer electronics and personal computing devices possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you may not know her name, but you know what she did
I was gonna say, but you
Yeah.
use her technology every
every
day.
Right.
day.
Right.
And it's in everything. It's not
Yeah.
just in your
Yeah.
phone or your computer. Like
Mm-mm.
pretty much everything that we use has one of those chips in it
Well,
now.
and like you said, I mean, even the
Yep.
Department of Defense, like, established an entire department to research some of her work, like,
Yeah.
and to
Yep.
further the research
Hmm.
in her work. Like,
So that
yeah,
you know there's
that's
shit out there that we don't even know about that came from her
oh, for
work.
sure. Yeah.
Right. Right.
But it got developed from her
Mhm.
ideas. It got developed from her work. Just
Yep.
that's
That's
amazing.
right.
That's
Yep.
absolutely incredible.
So,
You
your
will
moral
now know
of
the name.
you will now know
Yeah,
the name. But the moral of this story is don't let anybody stifle your curiosity and inventiveness, and keep
absolutely.
questioning everything.
Yes,
Yep. Yep.
100%.
Yep. So there you go.
Don't
That
let
is
any don't let anybody's dumbassery get you
that's
down.
right.
Right. Right.
Yep. So there's the amazing story of Lynn Conway. So now you know her name and you know what she
Yeah,
did, and you can thank her every day that you use
absolutely.
something,
Yep.
anything.
Amazing.
For sure.
Yeah. But stay petty, my friends, but not as petty as IBM.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who?
Right.
Right.
Who?
Don't know
Yeah. This
Yeah,
them.
is why Cam
Don't know
doesn't
them.
know who they are.
exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Bye,
All
everybody.
right. See ya.
Bye.